Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Come to you live from our comfy couch here on the Oscars, and it's the Gaming Saloon Reviews for September 28th, 2025, with your host, Peacemaker248, to ramp it up, Salon.
Hi.
It's the final 4 week. Because I just forgot the episode number for when Kiwami debuted.
For some reason, I thought we got Kiwami after Michi got his other lock seed.
Oh, his Hell Ryugen thing? No. I knew that.
For some weird reason, I thought that was the other way around. When it was there, I was like, oh, I'm remembering this backwards. Whoops.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like, no, Michi gets Hell Ryugen because he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna fight coach it myself, damn it. Nothing else is working. I'm tired of him. And I'm like, Michi, you're lucky your friends are very forgiving. But yeah, it is 29 through 32 this week. We also get the obligatory, hey, we need to promote this movie. You have to promote this movie, and everyone just goes, how do we promote this movie? This movie that has nothing to do with anything we are doing in this show.
And completely disrupts the flow of the show.
Yeah, but going 2 weeks ago, this happened.
Which I have to wonder if someone actually tried to map it out to realize that that still couldn't have happened.
Yeah, the writer wiki tries being like, oh, it's after that episode where Droopers had got wrecked a bit because Orin got upset and was trying to kill Kota, and so Kota and Mai are off to get stuff to clean Droopers after that, and this is when that episode takes place.
I still think there's stuff that could be argued with that, but probably
I'm sure.
best that we could do.
Also, I love how cheeky they are about the existence of the movie. Of just like, hey, we got tickets to a movie. Look, it's a Pinocchio reboot movie. We must reboot Kikaider to solve the problems of the episode. I wonder what the movie's called.
It's called Restart. I mean, Reboot.
Oh, God. It's not even that bad of an episode. It's just blatantly obvious. Just like somebody from on high went, you must promote the Kikaider reboot movie. And even Ginobuchi is like, I ain't fucking doing that. Somebody else could fucking do it. Because he didn't write the episode.
I also love the fact that that is literally the only piece of game material that you can completely ignore and be fine.
Yeah.
Completely, you don't even have to pay attention to it.
Yeah, Nobuhiro Mori wrote that episode. He's kind of a fill-in writer all the time. So it gets shoved off onto his desk of like, you write this episode, you make this make sense. And he's like, so what if Sengoku decided to go a little bit crazy for a week and then go, hang on, I need to roll it back some. I might have fucked up here. It's okay. But I guess any other thoughts before we get into the episodes?
No.
All right, then. Episode 29, The Overlord King. We start with Takatora crashed out on the ground, being approached by Ryoshu. I thought we went longer with him, with the question of him being dead.
Same.
I was like, oh, we literally opened the next week's episode with him just crashed out on the ground, not dead, and his equivalent Overlord showed up being like, I will take pity on this dumbass. I will patch him up. Just so I can ask him, what does this thing do?
Because it's literally the only reason for it, too.
Yeah. I kind of wonder, like, did he try to try it on?
Maybe?
I think it would just be funny to have Ryoshu here in his big monster suit with the little tiny belt on him. We do cut the Droopers real quick to show that Mai's now working at Droopers basically for free because she's gonna handle the Droopers end of work while Kota goes and handles protecting the city side of work. I guess he can't afford to pay them both a full salary.
Apparently not.
Which makes me just go, how much does Troopers make? It's like you and 3 other people. Granted, the snack bar is tiny.
And it only ever has beat riders in it.
Yeah. I don't think anybody else who is not important to the show ever eats there. Back with Takatora. Basically, for the rest of the episode, Ryoshu's like, what's this thing do? Ah, you can consume the fruits without being corrupted by them. Neat. Y'all still gonna fucking die because you're just like us and coveting the power of the forbidden fruit and not wanting to handle other problems. And Takatora's like, you're not wrong. As he sits there bandaged up, half dead. So it's like, yeah, that's why I'm here. Meanwhile, Sengoku calls in Kota, Kaito, and Michi being like, hey, Sid betrayed us, so can you go handle him for us, please? Because you have lock seed vehicles and we don't, because he blew up all of ours. And I'm like, sure about that? Is it weird for me to feel like Sengoku's lying to them about the lock seed vehicles at least?
Oh, he's fully lying to him about them.
I'm like, you can fart one of those out in like 5 minutes. Don't tell me you can't just make one of them. But yeah, Kota agrees as long as he gets info on Takatora, and Sengoku's like, sure, I'll tell you about Takatora. Over to Gaim HQ, our trio are discussing plans, and basically Kaito all but tells him, Michi's going to betray you, and Kota's like, nah, that never happened. And I love that Kota walks away just so Kaito can go over to look at Michi and go, see? Dumbass.
One of those, see? I tell him you're going to be a traitor, and he won't believe it.
Yeah, look, dumbass. It's like, I haven't lied to you. I have no business lying to you. I'll just kick your ass. That's how I operate. Do you not understand that?
And I love that he completely telegraphs it all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
And Kota's too stupid to understand.
Yep. But yeah, basically Kaito just, at a certain point, he's just like, look, I'm going to go ahead because Michi's going to suggest that we split up, gang. And I'm like, and he's just like, I'm just going to go get a head start on that because I'm tired of wasting time. Bye. And then as soon as Kota and Michi get there, Michi's like, we should split up. And Kota's like, yeah. So the two of them split up. Kaito ends up running into Sid because Michi then leaves because he got emailed by Sid, and Sid's hanging out in Zawami instead of in Helheim. And he's like, kid, I'll make you a deal. You help me get the fruit and or Michi makes a deal. It's like, I'll help you get the fruit as long as you owe me. Because Michi's like, I don't want to be a god, but I would like God to owe me a favor. And I'm like, that is smart of him, at least, to be like, I will not directly want power, but I would like the person to have the power to owe me for getting them the power.
I mean, is it smart of him? Because Sid is very manipulative too. Say he did get the power, who's to say he would owe Michi anything?
Yeah. And at least doesn't get him killed later.
I mean,
unlike
true.
someone else. But yeah, so the two of them make a deal. So Sid goes and fights Kaito for a bit. Michi pretends to be attacked by not Sakatora. So Kota tries to go and help him, only to find not Sakatora, and then the two of them fight for a bit until Kota's like, you know what? Fine, fuck it. You want to fight? Let's fight. Let's go. And then basically kicks Michi's ass, and Michi's like, oh fuck, he went serious. Oh no, I didn't think he would go serious. And I'm like,
yeah.
have you not been paying attention? I'd like to also point out that he's technically holding back on him here because he went Jimba instead of Kachidoki.
And most people would sit there and be like, oh, well, Kota's doing this because he knows it's not actually Takatora. No, he full on thinks it is.
Yeah, he still thinks this is Takatora to some extent, but he's like, I will at least beat him to make him answer my damn questions instead of giving me the silent treatment instead of, I'm just gonna murk him now. I'm tired of fighting. Which unfortunately for Michi, he thinks like, oh god, he's going to murder me. And I'm like, he's not going to murder you.
He should.
I know. It would solve so many problems down the line. But yeah, as they're fighting, Redyu shows up, interrupts the fight, and then Michi's like, Sid, back up, please. And Sid's like, I'm busy, as he's getting his ass kicked by Kaito, who decides to break all the rules and be in his Sengoku driver version, rips the belt off, doesn't untransform, slams on the Genesis driver to go his lemon energy form, and then continue to beat the shit out of Sid.
And I love the little point where Sid acts surprised that just happened.
Yeah. It's like, where'd you get that belt? And I'm like, did your friends not inform you?
It wasn't so much that he was surprised that he had the belt. It was more that he was surprised of the fact that he just went from one belt to the other without having to do the whole transformation again.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, fair.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only writer ever that has done that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I would say so. Granted, we don't have a lot of instances where a writer would have two belts to start with.
True.
I can only ever think of what was it? Takaru, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, well, technically... Actually, well, no, Aruto does have two belts currently.
Yeah.
So, like, that's... Yeah, that's the only, like, three people that actually have, like, two belts on them. everyone else only really has like the one. But yeah, we kind of end the episode with Ryu showing, I have your forbidden fruit, and I'm not going to let any of you have it because y'all going to make the same mistakes, so I'm going to make you learn. And also, technically, Kikaider shows up, but this is technically a flashback. This is not supposed to be taking place in this episode. Which takes us to episode 30, The Red and Blue Kikaider. So we flash back 2 weeks as, God, I forgot how much they were like red and blue things. And Kota had a puppy at one point named Jiro. And I'm like, you could not be more heavy-handed at all in this episode if you tried. I get it. Kikaider is cool. Please go watch the movie. This is not helping. Because we get a flashback that shows like Kota tried to keep a dog named Jiro. They had red and blue towels, but they eventually, like, I guess went to another home or something. They don't specify. But then later, Kota and I run into some guy just stuck. He's just frozen. It turns out he's a robot named, and they call him, or does Kota call him Jiro, or they find out his name is Jiro?
I think they found out his name was Jiro.
Oh, okay. But they find out his name is Jiro, and he's a robot. And when they take him back to Gaim HQ, they find out that there's a holographic button on his back called Reboot, because nobody but Michi know English, which makes sense.
Yeah.
What follows basically for the rest of the episode is Jiro helping Kota and his sister with stuff and not wanting to fight because they run into a monster eventually. And like, while he fights it off, he's just like, I don't like fighting. Meanwhile, Sengoku gets Kikaider from the bad guys from the movie to test out. And Sengoku's like, I'm gonna put my brain in it. And I had to double check and make sure. They shot the suit to emphasize that there is supposed to be no brain in it currently. So when this shows up later and the brain is visible, it is quite literally Sengoku's brain.
Huh.
But yeah, after like a fight with an invest and stuff, like Sengoku shows up as Kikaider, beats up Zack, who unfortunately has the job out this week. Kota tries to fight Kikaider, it doesn't go well, and then eventually Sengoku fucks off and then like blows up some of his own people because I want to destroy things. I'm like, this is what happens when you put your brain in the things you don't know. But eventually Kikaider shows back up. Kota has to fight it. Jiro is there, and Jiro's like, hit the button, and Kota does it, and then he doesn't really transform into Kikaider because Kikaider is what he really looks like. The human part is just a hologram. So then we get Kota and Kikaider teaming up against Kikaider, and that one invest that keeps showing up this episode. Sengoku gets away as a Kikaider, but they do blow up the invest so that they can blow something up, and then Jiro doesn't remember any of this episode, and he leaves to go be in the Kikaider reboot movie. And Sengoku puts his brain back in his head and goes, well, that was fucked up. Never doing that again. And that's the episode, and that takes us halfway. How do you feel about this first half?
I mean, half of the first half was good.
Yeah.
The other was just okay.
It was so much
sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah, it's so much just please watch our movie. Please like this new version of Kikaider. Please make our movie successful. And I'm like, you're trying too hard. You're trying way too hard on this. Like, it would have been cool if, like, I don't know, Kikaider cameoed in, like, a movie and did a cool thing, and then his movie came out after the fact, but, like, this was not it.
Yeah, not at all.
I think that, honestly, I think the most people remember from this episode is Sengoku plucking his brain out of his head, putting it in a robot, and then pulling it back out.
Yeah.
With only Minato's assistance to do so. And even Minato's like, are you okay? You're crazier than normal this week. But yeah, that is our first half. Then shall we hit the second half?
I guess so.
All right, in our second half, we kick off with episode 31, Whereabouts of the Forbidden Fruit. Like I said, Shio has revealed that, like, he has their forbidden fruit. The forbidden fruit that is meant for the chosen person of humanity so that they may rule humanity and decide what is to happen to them going forward.
So for Koto,
he's apparently going to use. He's apparently going to use it to revive his wife, who gave him their forbidden fruit and is currently dead in a coffin. Back in the battle, it's a big old, especially splodge between all 5 of our people. Eventually a crack opens and Redyu gets away, or Demushu gets away, my bad. And then Redyu shows up to fight Sid and Michi for a bit, and then eventually surrenders, like, do you want godlike powers? I'll show you the way. And then the two of them are like, okay. Kota and Kaito fight Demushu for a bit, but he bolts. Sakura shows up to Roshio and is like, you're not playing fair. Roshio's like, why does it matter? They're gonna end up like us anyway. And he's like, look, give him a chance. And he's like, fine, here's a tiny bit of the golden fruit. It turns into the Kiwami Lock Seed. Do with it as you please, I don't care. Over to Yggdrasil. Sengoku, who's in suit because apparently Sengoku's actor was busy at a stage play, like an unrelated stage play for like the filming of these couple of episodes. So he kind of has to be in suit for like the entire time because he's not available to come on set. But weirdly, it feels like it works.
Yeah.
That he just shows up in suit and is just like, I have direct control. I have cut off all communications to the outside world. I am deploying all of our troops in Minato to go capture this overlord. But Kota and Kaito try to fight Demushu some more. Kaito gets knocked out of the way. Kota kind of like stands firm finally. It's just like, well, this asshole wants to just fight it out. Fine, let's fight it out. Goes Kachidoki, fights it for a bit until Kurokai troopers and Minato show up. And then Sengoku's like, take out Koto so we can capture the Overlord. And I'm like, that might be the stupidest decision you've made so far. Like, good job. Way to take out your ace in the hole in this given situation.
But even Kaito's like, yeah, no, that was stupid.
Good job, dumbasses. He could have helped you. But yeah, Kota ends up unconscious. Kaito finally gets his stuff and like evacs with Kota, leaving the rest of them just battle Roshio for like the rest of the episode. Meanwhile, Redyu takes them to where bleh, bleh. I'm forgetting names. Words. I don't know, Demishu. Oh god, I keep getting the Overlord names confused so much. Oh my god. So not Demishu. Redyu takes them to Roshu, where Rusho is, and is like, go fight the guy who has your fruit and you will get it. And Sid's like, cool, I get to kill somebody today. And Michi's like, you know what? You got this. I believe in you. As soon as he walks away. So this is a trap, right? He's going to die. And Redyu's like, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he can kill him. That's going to depend. Over the Gaim HQ, Kaito drops off Kota, and Kota's like, could you not turn into this guy, please? Because he sounds just like you. Don't do it. And then passes out, and Kaito's like, I'm gonna do what I want. And Zach's like, I'm gonna come help you because I have nothing better to do. Poor Zach.
He has no one else to job out to right now.
Yeah, he gets to play like fifth fiddle in this show, basically. So we catch up with Sid. He faces down Roshuo. Roshuo's like, want the fruit? All right then. Let's see how well you fight. And then demolishes him. Like disintegrates his belt and Lockseed. It is just like, well, since you want power so much, you can die for it. And then cracks open this massive wall, shoves Sid into it, and then just squishes him in it. Sid is dead.
Yeah, Sid is not Takatora dead. He is dead.
Yeah, there is not enough of him to fill a pint. And just Takatora sees this and is like, you know, I didn't like him, but I don't. That's still fucked up. And Redyu just takes like Sid's discarded hat that fell off of him during the fight and just gives it to Michi. He's like, there you go, memento for your friend. I'm gonna go and fade your town now. Bye. Michi is just stuck walking alongside him because I guess Michi's just like, I don't know what to do anymore. So I'm just gonna follow him, I guess. Like, I don't know what Michi's plan is at this point, besides like, I'd like to not die, please.
I don't even think at this point Michi knows what Michi's plan is.
Yeah, because I assume seeing Sid get turned into pulp is just like, oh, they're not fucking around. I guess I just play along and not get turned into pulp.
I mean, that would be ideal.
Yeah. But we end the episode with Kaito and Zach showing up to just vaguely back up Minato and whatever is left of the Kurokage troopers. Which takes us to episode 32, The Strongest Power Kiwami Arms. So Kaito and Zach kind of just work with Minato just to be like, look, we got to take this guy down. And Minato's like, fine. Because at this point, Sagoku's like, look, I don't care who dies. We are capturing this person. And then in Helheim, like by the end of the episode, Redyu's like, look, kid, I want to play new plaything. I'm going to go take over your world. Because when I claim the golden fruit, y'all are now my new toys. That's it. The Kurokage troopers and our riders managed to fight off Denbushu. Unfortunately, as Kaito rightly figures out, Denbushu's probably going to go eat the Helheim fruits and power up because that's how all the other ones work. And so he probably works the same. And oh, look, he went and got them and powered up. Oops. Also, like, Yggdrasil's basically declared martial law in order to take out the Invest and stuff, because people are like, oh, they're just out in the open, like, murking Invest. And Zach certainly has his pride of choice because he's like, oh, we can clear the beat writers' names. And I'm like, that is not the problem you need to be worried about right now. Also, I'm pretty sure no one cares.
Yeah.
Over to Gaim HQ, Kota finally wakes up, and then him and Mai are confronted by Sakura, who's like, look, Denbushu's a bit of a meathead. He kind of just wants to blow shit up. And I only told you that the overlords have the powers to control the forest. I didn't say that they had the power to save your home and humanity. You just assumed that. Which Kota rightly is like, I hate you. You're a piece of shit. But then Sakura's like, here's a heal. Here's your final power up. You can take it and you can become an overlord and save humanity, or you cannot. The choice is yours. As he literally, like, gravity holds the both of them to make them make the choice, basically.
Yeah.
And I'll credit to Kota. He's like, well, I'm out of options, so here we go. And I don't know, something about Sakura just going, you're the wild card in all of this. I want to see you win. I don't believe that.
I don't either.
But yeah, Kota claims the Kiwami Lockseed. Meanwhile, Red U's army takes Yggdrasil Tower, and so the Invest start flooding out. Minato and the Kurakage troopers are overwhelmed, and Minato's basically left solo because eventually Goku's like, well, shit hit the fan. I'm gonna hit my escape pod and leave. Bye. And Minato's like, what about me? And she like realizes that she's now been basically abandoned, and then Kaito and Zack show up, back her up. Then Jodochi and Oren show up, and Oren's even like, hey, look, these kids, they're just gonna charge in and do what they can. We kind of have to back them up, being the adults in this situation. And so the five of them team up. Kaito takes command of basically all five of them. They take out the Invest, and then Denbushu shows up and proceeds to kick all of their asses. They do their best, but they can't handle them. And then Kota shows up, and I really like this final form debut because he goes Kachidoki, takes a swipe at Denbushu, gets hit by a fireball, is on fire, but clicks Kiwami to clear it, and then summons all the armor, and then goes Kiwami arms, and then goes to town on him with all the different weapons. And I really like that about Kiwami, because the mixing of the weapons works really well, because it kind of shows Kota's growth.
Yeah.
And how much he's kind of learned from everybody, because he's basically fought with everybody
Multiple times.
but he's using the weapon. Yeah. But yeah, he goes to town on Denbushu and murks him, and we kind of end on the ominous note that is kind of a repeat of episode 1 that I didn't realize until I was reading the notes, that he's like, this is my new power? Or he's a lot more hesitant of like, well, no going back now, I guess. And that is our back end. How you feel about the back end?
I have always liked Kachidoki's debut. It's one of those final form debuts, always can be good or just be meh. And this is definitely not a meh.
Yeah.
I think the big reason this one works so well is because it also couples with the fact of, as the viewer, you know the stakes that are there. So that makes you wonder where the show can go from here as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I just like how much this shows is like Kota is making a very large choice that is going to drastically change his life, but what other option does he have? He probably can't take Demnushu with Kachadoki. Probably. I think he could.
Yeah, I think he could.
But whether or not he can take everything else the show has waiting for him, I don't know.
Well, he definitely couldn't take the very end.
Yeah.
Because that depends on this right here.
But yeah, I guess it's just another one of those things of like, oh hey, Mai's here too to kind of act as the counterpoint, but also she doesn't get to do anything later. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's it. Any other thoughts?
No.
All right, then. In 2 weeks, we will pick up and see where Gaim goes from here. But between now and then, Thursday, I'm going to do some Path of Radiance retro achievements to give myself a break from cat stuff. Friday will be Wind Waker rando of some variety.
Yeah.
Saturday might be that. It might be something else.
I think I've about came to the decision. It'll either be that or we're going to be doing I don't know if I want to do Prime or Prime 2, but one of the two, multi-world. Especially since I've got the point tracker working. It'll either be finishing the one from Friday or it'll be one of the primes, that's for sure.
And then next Sunday, it's TGS, where we'll talk about stuff from TGS. You get to hear about a bad Fire Emblem mobile game. And then in 2 weeks, we'll be back with Gaim. So if you like what you're seeing, folks, drop a follow. Really appreciate it. Exclamation point YouTube and chat is the YouTube archive for this and all of our other streams. Right now, 01's going out. And then it will be Kuga. And then I don't know after that. It might be some miscellaneous stuff from 2022 that I might have missed. Because I think 2 of your streams are in there. But I don't know what else it would be. I think there were 2 randomizer runs, I think.
Might have been.
But that's what the YouTube schedule looks like for now. Exclamation point social and chat gives you links or gives you the handles for all of our social media, so you know when we're live. And exclamation point Discord and chat gives you like drop by, say hi. We'll see you Thursday, folks.